We have one of those new multifunctional locks for security, but today the handle feels different. In fact, I could probably turn it all the way around. We're going to start by putting a few tools together in a clean tidy. Using a cross-thread screwdriver, I'm going to undo the lock. Now I'm going to take the handle off carefully because there could be springs or anything inside it. This is why I'm using the tidy. I'm going to put the springs and the screws in there to keep them safe. And let's have a look at the handle. You can see that inside it's broken, it's sheared off. So the other half of the piece must be stuck inside the lock. It's stuck. I can't open the door. There's only one thing for it. Ooh. So, there's the handle. The peg's still in there. But I'm going to open this side with a key. So, we're in. Now this handle has got the square peg intact, but the other one hasn't, so I'm going to have to dig it out of the door. As you can see, it's broken. It's sheared off. I managed to get a new barrel from a friendly locksmith, and he's cut it to the same length as the old one. If you look carefully, it's slightly different. It has 2 springs, 2 retaining clips. This is because with security locks, the outside handle does something different to the inside handle. Why did the 2 pieces work independently? This is to make sure that the outside lock does one thing, while the inside lock does another thing. And the 2 circlips and the springs are to make sure that the bar never moves from the outside to the inside. But we have another problem. The problem is that although the pin is the same size, the circlip is too big. So we're going to have to make the hole bigger, and that's a big problem. If I drill with a lock in place, pieces of plastic will go into the lock, which is not good. And also the drill might damage the lock. So I'm going to have to remove the lock from the door. Now, looking at these screws, you notice that this screw is different to this screw. So I reckon that these screws are associated with the lock, and these are the ones that hold it in the door. So I am going to unscrew these screws. And remember to put all the screws in the tidy as you go. So that's 8 crosshead screws that I'm going to put safely in the tidy, and you can see that the lock's already coming away from the door easily. Freaky, eh? Now, if you lost your house keys and you had to change the barrel of the lock, you do exactly the same thing. I worked out that I needed a 19mm drill and I didn't have one. I ordered one and it was delivered within 3 days. And there we go. There's my drill part. So I'm going to drill the hole. And the other side. Before we put the lock back, we've got to check that it's big enough, which it is. So we'll clear out all the rubbish. Now to refit the lock. Eight screws, we know where they are because I put them somewhere safe. Make sure all the screws are actually in the hole they came out of, and then tighten them up. screws are all in, so let's just check the lock is working with the handle. And the top and the bottom. Now let's put the handle back together. So the clear turning piece goes into the lock and the spring goes into the handle. Let's test. So now I'm going to fit the handle. So let's fit this on the other side. There we go. And hold those together. Get the screws from the tidy.